Hello everyone, today I will be talking about the W1 Wilhelm Tank. But first a little bit of background. The W1 Wilhelm Tank was created in 2017 by a bunch of drunk Swedish game developers as the means to replace their aging fleet of horses with a new and modern tank. The first prototype was finished and revealed on the 26th of January. The prototype was called the M1 Abrams tank. However, don't let the Swedes fool you. In reality, the tank is called the Henriksson. Fun fact: the Henriksson is not an object. The Henriksson is actually alive, which means only two wobblers were required to operate the tank, such as the gunner and the loader. Henriksson performed well during testing, so Landfall continued the project. On the 21st of September 2017, Landfall revealed their second prototype known as the Zoro Tank. Unlike Henriksson, the Zoro had a gunner's hatch with an M60 machine gun attached to the cupola, a commander's hatch, and an idiot hanging on the gun to instill fear on the enemy. Another thing to note is that Zoro is not alive, so it requires 6 wobblers to operate the tank. However, during the testing, the developers found Zoro to be less effective in general. The tank's profile was too high, making it much easier to be shot. The commander's cupola was also too tall, making it a major weak spot. The tank also needs 6 people and an extra machine gun. This makes the tank very expensive. In early 2021, the developers consider Henriksson to be constant combat effective. So the production of the W1 Wilhelm was approved. Now to the W1 Wilhelm itself. The Wilhelm is the main MBT used by the red or blue team. The tank is operated by a gunner, a loader, a commander, an idiot, another idiot, and Wilhelm itself. The Wilhelm is armed with a 120 mm gun and powered by a 200 horsepower engine. The tank carries ammunition all over the turret because the hull of the tank is filled with organs to keep Wilhelm alive. The ammunition is located all around the turret, making it easy to detonate the tank from penetration or overpressure. There is no chance for the crew inside of the tank to escape. They were destined to die a horrible death. The crew outside the tank is also exposed to gunfire from small arms fire. So in short, the Wilhelm has the worst crew survivability of all time. The only way for the crew to survive is to have their tank survive and not die a horrible death. Talking about survivability, what about the armor? Well, in short, the tank's armor provides protection from small arms fire, blunt weapons, anti-tank weapons, cannonballs, rockets, explosive shells, and tank shells. However, during testing, it was found that a lance from the 16th century can damage the tank. The pike is also an effective weapon against the Wilhelm tank, making the late medieval weapons more effective than an M1 bazooka. Now your -1 billion IQ brain might be asking, what kind of sights or camera does the tank use? The crew inside the tank can't see what's outside of the tank. The only way for them to see is to use 2 googly eyes on top of the tank's hatch. The commander will relay information to the gunner and the loader inside the turret. The driver of the tank itself can't understand English or any type of language. The Wilhelm relies on its feelings to sense any potential threat. Since the tank is almost uncontrollable, the tank will not stop by any means necessary until it reaches its destination or it dies. The 120 mm gun can fire a highly integrated guided high-enhanced xenomorph piercing long ordnance stabilized enhanced variable explosive Sabot round, known to many as high explosives. The high explosive has been criticized for its lack of travel distance, even making the shell fired from the Stromtiger look like a sniper bullet. What about mobility? The tank can travel up to the speed of 80 km/h. The tank itself can climb hills but struggle on rough terrain. What is the future of this tank, may you ask? Well, the W1 Wilhelm is still in service to this day. Landfall also doesn't have any plans to replace or upgrade them. However, there is a variant called the W1 Wilhelm Cupid. The W1 Wilhelm is upgraded with a new addition to tanks known as Love. When the tank is in love, it will try to do unspeakable things with the crew of the tank. However, this upgrade allows the tank to fly and fire its gun from above like an AC-130, but more stupid. So, in conclusion, the W1 Wilhelm Tank is decent. Why? Well, it does well against infantry and enemy tanks, since the only tanks it might face are itself or a Da Vinci tank that fires cannonball. The only problem it needs to worry about is the lack of close-range defense weapons like a machine gun. Thanks for watching. I'm Chicken Man, your host. Have a nice day and stay safe.